So we're going to do final exam prep today. We won't take the whole class. I'm happy to stick around and answer any questions that anybody has afterwards. I will be holding office hours Thursday from, let's say, 9 to 11:30 maybe. If you need to see me, you're always welcome to just text me or shoot me an email and make an appointment. I'm available to you anytime during all this, but I will be in my office this Thursday morning if anybody needs to come see me. The exam, again, is take home. I will make it go live probably by the end of this week. Not probably, but definitely by the end of this week. And then you'll have 9 or 10 days to complete the exam at your convenience, at your leisure, at your pleasure. Jackie?
Is the exam going to be like multiple choice, like written responses?
Nope. So everybody pull up Final Exam Study Guide. The final exam is all short answer, but it's reflective, right? You get to choose what you answer. Not every question you will not have to answer every single question that's on this study guide. So what you'll see is does anybody not have it pulled up? I want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. So there's group 1 questions and group 2 questions. I'll probably say answer, 8 of the group 1 questions. There's 11 of them. Maybe 4 of the group 2 questions. I don't know, but you won't have to answer every single one. There's some of these that you'll read and you'll be like, oh, I got a good answer for that. And some of them you'll read and be like, I don't really know what to say on that. So I'm giving you your choice. I would like for you to read these, obviously, today, so that you can be thinking about your answers. So I think it will be helpful as you go through. In the back of your mind, you're like, oh yeah, there's a question on Professor Tebow's exam about that, and I need to remember to put that in there. Or something will happen in your job or in another class, and you'll be like, oh yeah, this would be a good thing to use for that answer. So it's reflective, again, in the sense that I'm interested in hearing what you learned. So this is a personal answer. This is not an AI answer. I'm not interested in what some bot thinks it was an important concept in business law. I'm interested in what Caleb got out of business law. All right, so it needs to be personalized to him. I have read everything that you all have written this semester, and I have talked to almost every one of you in class on a weekly basis. So I feel like I know your voice pretty well. So if I get something on the final that's not Mr. Cruz, I'm going to be like, that doesn't sound anything like Mr. Cruz. One of the biggest mistakes that people who try to use AI for this assignment make is they have in their answers a legal term or a term that we have never talked about before. Okay, that's just obvious that you didn't come up with that. You're not telling me what you've learned if you're giving us something that I never even taught you. All right, so you want to strike a balance between what you're doing is you're trying to convince me that you were paying attention and that you learned something that you can apply in your real world or even in your mind. Does that make sense? All right, so the criteria that I would use for evaluating all the responses are, did your response reference particular concepts, cases, or moments for class? Were you specific about why those things stood out? Have you used the word because? Have you answered the question and then shown me how you've applied it? Did the response reflect on the material in a meaningful way? Did you connect it to personal experiences, challenges, or real-world relevance? Is the response in your own voice? Does it feel personal and genuine without relying on overly generic answers? Is it written with sufficient detail? Does it fully address the prompt in a coherent and understandable way? Okay, so examples of good and bad answers. And I'm not looking for you to write an encyclopedia entry for every question. Chappie,
How much time would we want to answer all these questions?
as much as you want.
Okay, sounds
Yep. I mean, like way more than you need. It looks like more than it is. I'm not expecting you to write a page per question, but I am expecting you to write a paragraph of some kind. Like, let's just pick out one for a second. Was there a topic or case that you didn't expect to enjoy but ended up really interested in? What made that shift happen? Okay, a bad answer is, I didn't think I would like torts, but I ended up really liking it. I get those. I get those answers. That tells me nothing. Okay? I did not know, I'd never heard of the word torts before. But now that I know about torts, I understand the difference between the goals of civil litigation versus criminal. I think it's interesting that damages are based on compensatory things and non-compensatory. I mean, there's a million ways you can go, and it's all up to you on how you do it. Okay? I think what is one concept, rule, or principle from business law that you think every adult should understand? Why? All right? I think everyone should know about negligence. 0. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to know how you, Sean, absorbed and took in and experienced what we learned. Does that make sense? On the very last page, ask yourself, does this feel personal? Are there references to actual things we discussed in class, cases, debates, a specific moment that, or a question somebody asked? Is there any vulnerability, confusion, excitement, or surprise? Does it read like it could be pasted into any business law class anywhere? You don't want that. So, what questions do y'all have for me? Yes.
If there's one topic I really think is really important, we answer most of them about that one topic.
Yeah,
And so go-
you can. I want to see you demonstrate more than that, but if you can convince me that that topic was so important that you only needed to use it to answer your questions, I'll consider it. I think that's a little risky, but I mean, hey, if you think you can do it, go for it. I see what she's thinking, like, can I just study one area and like get it down and then use just that?
You ain't gonna do me like that, though.
What now?
You ain't gonna do me like that.
I'm sorry. That's what my mind would think. Sorry, it's not you, Chappie. That's what I would think. Delaney.
Is it proctored, but you can't have all of my notes?
So it is proctored, but I want you to use any notes you want. I just don't want you using the internet. But you can use any notes. If you have printouts, if you have cases, you're welcome to shuffle through any papers you have. I just don't want you having your laptop beside you or a tablet beside you and, be doing that. But other than that, yeah. I mean, I would probably, if this is how I would tackle it, I would go through today and do myself some bullet points under each one, what jumps out to you, and then think about it for a couple days, and then maybe go back and fill it in. I mean, I don't care if you are copying from your notes into the exam. You can do it ahead of time. Does that make, that's fine with me, as long as it's your work. I'm leaving it up to you to decide how to do it. Other questions? All right, if y'all don't have any more questions, then that's all I have for you. I appreciate your attention and attendance and your efforts this semester. It's been a pleasure, and if I can ever do anything for y'all going forward, please let me know. Good luck on exams.